Hello everyone, this is Joey from Melapress, and in this video we will be looking at how you can harden your WordPress login page. We'll start by exploring what you can achieve using the free edition of Melapress Login Security, which is quite a lot. After which, we will transition to the premium edition of the plugin to see what else is on offer. So let's get to it. First, we need to navigate to Plugins, Add New Plugin. Search for Melapress, locate Melapress Login Security, and click on Install Now. Once the plugin has been installed, click on Activate. Upon activation, we will be redirected to the main page of the plugin. From here, we need to navigate to Login Security, Login Page Hardening. In the first section of the Login Page Hardening, we'll see the ability to change the login page URL. This is known as security by obscurity, where we hide certain sensitive elements of our website to make them more difficult to find. So to change the login page URL, all we need to do is enter the new URL here. Now, for the purposes of this presentation, we're going to set it to my secret login page. However, we strongly suggest setting something random to make it not as obvious, basically. And we can also redirect the old login page URL to any other page we want. So this is if someone tries to access WP admin, what happens? So what we're going to do is we're going to redirect them to the blog page. We can also limit login page access by IP address. So to do that, we need to first check this button and then enter the IPs we want to allow here. So for example, in this case, we're going to restrict access to IP address 72.73.74.65 or rather .75. Of course, you need to get the IP address of the users you want to allow access to. We can also redirect restricted IP addresses to any page you want. So if someone tries to access the login page with an IP other than the IPs listed here, we will redirect them to this page. So for the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to redirect them to the blog page. We can also have a bypass IP restriction URL, and this is there. So most people have dynamic IP addresses, so every once in a while they might change. So we want to make sure that we still retain access to the login page. So keep this as, think of this as a secret sort of tunnel that allows us to bypass the IP restrictions. So for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to rename it to my secret tunnel, but of course make sure that it's something random and that you save it somewhere safe. Okay, so this is a premium feature that we will discuss in a short while. And the next option is to show a consent message on the login page. And this is there to make the process GDPR compliant. All we need to do is we need to tick this checkbox. There is a default consent message available, but you can alter it uh, as you see fit. Okay, and click on Save Changes for changes to take effect. We will now transition to the premium edition of Melapress Login Security, which gives us several other options to really lock down the WordPress login page. For brevity's sake, I have gone ahead and configured the settings we went through in the free edition to avoid repeating ourselves. So what else does the premium edition bring to the table? So we'll see all of this I have reconfigured. This is what we've done previously. And the first one is the failed user notification. So what this gives us is the ability to change the failed login notification on the login page. What we need to do is we need to tick this checkbox, and we have the templates here. So if we were to click on this link, we will see all of the options for us to change the user messages template, including user enters a password that has expired, user login attempt account is unknown, user login attempt username not recognized, user login attempt password not recognized, User requests password reset when the feature is disabled. User exceeds maximum number of failed logins. User tries to log in with the activated user account. User with a logged account requests a password reset. User attempts to log in using restricted credentials. User attempts to log in during restricted hours. And lastly, user attempts to log in from a restricted location. We can we can change any of these, and we also have a number of available tags which allow us to really personalize those messages. So, for example, all we need to do is, for example, let's need speak to Frank, for example, for the assistance. Thank you. Assuming they know who Frank is. Yeah. Save changes. And we can see that it's there. So going back to login page hardening. So we've done we have changed the login page URL. We've placed IP address restrictions. We've redirected those with restricted IPs to the blog, set up the My Secret tunnel. We have changed the notifications, the GDPR message on the login page. And now the last is block allow or allow access to login page by countries. So we do need an API key, which we can set up via integration settings. So the API is, we can get the API key from locate IP. It's free for a good number of checks. And we add it through the integration settings page. So here what you can do is, for example, you can enter the country code. For example, let's say US, add country, and action is allow access from the above countries only. So if all of our users are from the if all of our users are from the US, then we can safely restrict all other countries. We don't need anyone logging in from any other country except the US, because all of our users are there. Same way, we can do the reverse, so we can block access from the above countries and do the reverse, basically. So this is like having an allow list, and this is like having a block list or a blacklist, basically. What should blocked users see? So if someone from outside of the US tries to log in, tries to access the WordPress login page, what do they see? So we can either send them to the home page or we can send them to the below URL. And since we like sending people to our blog page, here we set blog. And lastly, obviously we need to click Save Changes for all of our settings to take effect.